So when we were first, when I was first looking for engagement rings, I wanted something that was like very unique. I wanted gold and an antique stone, which wasn't really something that like was in like trend right then. Everybody else is getting these like stones with the halos around them. And I couldn't find one anywhere. And so Wiley went in to Croghan's and they immediately sent him a single stone. And I love that I have a stone that has a history to it. And there's no other one like it out there. And that it's an antique cut stone versus this like new thing. And it's really just different. And I love, you know, everyone always notices it because it's not your average, you know, diamond.
When I was looking for Catherine's engagement ring, I was fortunate to be introduced to Mariana at Croghan's, and she really helped us find something unique from single stone that appeared antique and that you didn't see everywhere, and walked me through the entire process, which was obviously unique to me, and couldn't be happier with how that turned out. We're fortunate that Catherine loved it, and I think, and that everyone else seems to comment on it still today.
So I wear my single stone like every day. I have you know my 3 rings now. I have my wedding ring and then one that I got for I think it was our 2nd anniversary. And I also wear just those 2 bands whenever I'm at the beach or out on the boat, and leave the big one at home. So you have to have your beach ring too. So it's a coincidence, but these rings are also special for me because of the names of them. It turns out that my engagement ring was called the Charlotte, which is the city right outside of where we went to college at Davidson. And the gold band is called the Hazel, which is actually our dog's name. So on my wish list are pieces that have birthstones from the months of my 2 daughters' births. So January is garnet, which I will deal with even though I'm a Clemson fan, not USC. And in February is amethyst, so I'm looking for some new pieces that have either those garnet or amethyst stones in them.
Hi, I'm Eleanor, and I'm here with my mom Muffy, and we are here to tell you how much we love single stone.
We were so flattered when Croghan's asked us if we would share how we wear our single stone pieces in honor of the trunk show that's going on this week. And for me, when I started looking at single stone, I love their bands. Their bands are what drew me in to begin with. And we started going down with my girls and using the bands as a great way to commemorate special events. Sometimes birthdays, graduations, any event that we needed to memorialize was a good way to add a new band to what we have. You have such beautiful ones.
These 2 bands right in the middle where we went down, and it was a special occasion, and you surprised me, and we went to one of the trunk shows, and I picked out these 2, and I wear them every single day. First I wore them on my right hand, and then I got engaged and got to pick out a little single stone engagement ring and wedding band. And so now I have this really, you know, unique and personal story on my finger, and every ring has a little story behind it.
And you even have room for more.
Yeah, I do.
There's always room for more. And once I saw yours, I did a little story on my hand and changed with my engagement ring and added a couple on either side. I wanted to, I'm very symmetric, so I made it a symmetrical look, but I think it looks old and a little bit antique-y, and that's what I love about single stone is...
I think that is one of the greatest things about them, is that it's such a nice marriage between old and new. All the diamonds
we like
are antique.
old jewelry that has a story.
Yeah, and then you have this state piece
right?
too.
A few years ago at one of the trunk shows, that's one thing I love about the trunk shows is they always have one-of-a-kind pieces, and this bracelet is a club bracelet, and they added little diamonds, sort of like a little charm to it, and they sparkle so nice, and it really mixes well with everything that I have. And this ring is the cobblestone collection. That's sort of a lot different than what I usually wear, but I love this because it mixes with everything I have. I did size it to go on my middle finger, and I love that because I feel like it makes it a little bit less serious.
And it sparkles.
And it is
very sparkly.
And my lifestyle isn't too serious, so it's fun to have it like that.
I love it. So we'll definitely be heading down to find some more
I think there must be
pieces.
something that we could be enticed by this week.
Definitely. And
we'll have a good time.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Beverly Bohan, and I live in Charleston. I've been here for about 22 years, and I first met the owners of Croghan's because they came to my store on Upper King Street and saw an item, an antique from Paris that I had bought on one of my shopping trips. And it is an important piece of antique that carries valuables and displays. And so Mrs. Hay said that she wanted it for the window of Croghan's. So I came in and I saw how it was displayed. And then I discovered the more important thing than antiques, which was singlestone. So my story about singlestone is this. When my mother passed away, I had bits and pieces of different pieces of jewelry, and one was she had these rings, and she had watches, and she had pieces from her original wedding band, and then things that my father had given her. And so I pieced them together in a nice little, what I thought at the time was a nice little bracelet. But then I discovered the differences between just going to an ordinary jewelry store and going to have them redesign, and basically they were at the mercy of whatever I could come up with. I sat down with the singlestone owner, and she began to show me a real artisanship of how we could create something with my mother's pieces of jewelry and stones. And so I found, these pieces here, we began to stack, and these were my mother's small little stones out of one of her rings. And then we placed them together, and I think, this is called the Gabby. And then recently I came into the store and found this ring that I could not live without. And then the owner of Singlestone said that it would look great and more casual to just mix it with a gold band. And this is not just any gold band, but it weighs it's really heavy to the touch, but it's also rounded on all the sides, and you can wear it at night and you can sleep in this. It's just, the feeling of this jewelry is what makes the difference of singlestone, in my opinion. And then what we did is, on another trip, coming into Singlestone, we found this ring, and so there were lots of other stones that were little and small and different sizes, and so she put this ring together. And what's so beautiful, it's pave style, and there are different sizes of stones in there as well. So then I began to take everything apart, and I literally had this entire table with different little ideas from the owner of Singlestone. And so we took my mother's, all of her stones, and put it into this necklace. And I think she added a few more pieces of diamonds because it wasn't enough to fill up the necklace. And then I saw this diamond, and I had always wanted a diamond. I'd always seen a single stone diamond, and it was just a piece that I said, I have to have that. And so then I got the matching earrings that were just over the top beautiful, and I wear them every day. I literally have decided that Singlestone is my favorite brand of all the jewelry because it's so unique and it's so different, and no one has anything like it. The way that necklaces feel on your skin, as well as the weight of the pieces itself. So my next thing that I'm going to do is that when I was in high school, it was in mid-70s, my mother and I went down to a jewelry store and we bought this ring for my father, and it's called a gypsy ring. And I'm going to let Singlestone come up with a great idea for that. And then this was the bracelet that I took, and I created it with another jeweler a long time ago, but I've had my eye on these different bracelets. And what's so nice about these is that this one looks dated now when you compare it to the Singlestone, because they're just so every day. You can wear it with a t-shirt and jeans, and you can wear it out to dinner, and it's just a different take on the dated tennis bracelet that I currently have. So that's why I'm here today. I'm gonna make another beautiful memory with my mother's things.